Hello, my freaky darlings, and welcome back to Slay the Princess. So we are continuing from where we left off after the Fury, which traumatizing. That was gross. She's not gross, but everything else was gross. So I'm gonna turn auto back on. I didn't have time to turn it off before.
You're here to slay her.
We bled into the next chapter.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Uh-huh.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin.
I think I have an idea of what I want to do for this one.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her.
Don't believe
a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
And yet, here we are.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Maybe, maybe not. But proceed. We are proceeding. We are on the path of doom. We have not chosen this.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We're not gonna.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Mayhaps. So, I'm here to save you.
How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
I hope you like birds.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Uh-huh.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
I didn't.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
Yeah, maybe. But at the same time...
You're only making this more difficult.
Mayhaps.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy.
You know what I need to
solid
do?
For you to even imagine trying to break.
I need to
them
draw the
apart.
princess as the autism creature.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Her eyes are that big.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe the key's still lying up there.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Return.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
We're gonna save her.
Fine.
We slayed her last time.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
Nope.
No, she didn't.
No, you don't have to sound so happy about
She
it.
smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
We are going to warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Yeah, I'm
Your
trying.
body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
I don't think I'm gonna.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Pissing you off.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake.
I'm surprised the hero
Don't
isn't
you
just
start
as smitten
pretending
as the
that dying a
smitten.
painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
You're so pitiful.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
Blah.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood
I love
pooling
the
around
cinnamon
you,
roll princess.
your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Turn around and
Are we
leave.
running away? What are you doing? We have to save her. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yeah, I definitely know where I'm going.
Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
Fucker.
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
Alright, I'm going to the cabin.
That's
Fuck off.
great to hear. As long as you bring that fiery attitude to princess slaying, I think this will all resolve splendidly.
Fiery attitude, he says.
Oh, it's going to resolve splendidly, all right.
I wouldn't get your hopes up, Smitten. Because, we ain't
The
tried
interior
this
of the
yet.
cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Yeah.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
Oh, this ain't about saving the world
I
anymore.
suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies. Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it
Dealing with
to
a
do
bunch
your
of
job.
morons. So enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost
The most
seems
princessy princess.
welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Yeah.
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I think we're in love. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think?
No, he doesn't.
We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation.
Yeah.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall. My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
About
You know
that.
she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back? You've been here before, haven't you?
We sure have.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Technically, she killed
she
us.
killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We
But am I
damned the
gonna?
whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially
I think we
without leaving
can.
a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
About that.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even
He's right
more
about that.
certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
listening
about
to him?
that.
He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
Yeah, I get it. For once, I'm actually going to do my job.
Blade in hand, you run the princess down.
She looks
Wait,
so pitiful.
No! You barbarian! What do you think you're doing?
My job?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you.
The most helpless princess.
Your blade pierces her
Oh,
heart.
she's
She
crying.
collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you. for
Ladykiller
seeing this
slaying
through. I know
innocent.
it must have been difficult. Oh, I feel sick.
Yeah.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
Yeah, it doesn't
You'll
feel
get over
great.
it. You just saved everyone.
Can I take that knife, please?
Over it. You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all. You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that.
I think we
Let's
do.
not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart.
Oh my god.
This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
If that's what you want to do, let's see what happens.
What? No, let's not do that.
Yes, let's do that.
You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now.
Do it.
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Have it you! Have it you all! I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him?
Because I want to see what happens,
I'm
and I
not.
like
You
pissing
just
you off.
made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry.
I deserve it.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, the grey. Ooh, what's this?
You're on a path
Oh.
in the woods. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath. She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
We sure did.
You killed her. And so I killed you.
You didn't
You
kill
clearly
that one.
didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here.
Snark.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse.
Yeah.
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are. So
Probably.
you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
3.
It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further. Though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
I think
And
it might
if it
be.
is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again? Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement. Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying.
Yeah.
Why not? You've already done it twice.
Doesn't mean it feels
It was
good.
unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant.
You are one
I'll
depressed
make you
motherfucker.
feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens. Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try. Can I? Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it. I'm looking forward to it. Good. I am too.
Alright, can you two stop
Can I
needling
talk?
each other for 2 seconds?
Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world. I'll believe that when I see her living body. Did I hear that right? He says she's alive. Our beloved lives again. Yes, she's alive. But you're going to have to make her not alive. You'll have to slay her. It's your job.
Yeah, maybe.
We absolutely will not. This is a tale of love and redemption, and this time it will not end in bloodshed. Except ours, if any of you try anything. Let's do our best to keep him away from anything sharp. If we're lucky, there won't even be a blade when we get to the cabin.
If we're lucky. So... we're gonna see this through.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just... don't muck it up this time, alright?
I'm gonna.
Oh, we'll muck it up alright. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
This is a fascinating
Whatever you
character
do, don't
study
let
on the
him
Smitten.
influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful.
We're not
Yes.
taking the blade this time.
Having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here.
Why stress over something you can't control?
You have a
You're
point.
saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion?
I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me.
This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
I know it does, but we've got some wordy bastards with us.
The interior of the cabin
Oh.
feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
With a knife still in her chest.
Is that her?
Our beloved. So she does live. She
Uh,
doesn't look very alive to me.
Before you can make a move, the
She
figure is
gone.
gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
well,
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it.
oh, I didn't have to bring it up.
The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade.
There's no.
That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
There's not even a table.
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
Can you chill
I
for
suppose
2
it doesn't
minutes?
matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
There's still a mirror there, but whatever.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door.
Alright, fine.
It's so hazy.
We should try and clean it off.
It's time for all of you to see what we've become.
No, not yet.
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down.
So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things.
Uh-huh.
I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold.
I don't think that's it.
We can only hope she might still see some good in us.
I don't think she will.
No way left to go but down.
Enter.
The door to the basement creaks
Oh.
open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow.
Yeah.
There she is again. My love.
She's just an old memory.
Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Obviously, we're following her.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain.
Uh-huh.
This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom.
See? She's dead.
No.
Yeah.
What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. I thought we were all on the same page.
You're not freaking out about her being a ghost
Do
this
try
time.
to keep up.
Thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking lock.
I deserve it.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
No, she is not.
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before?
Technically, she's
For the
undead.
love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even.
Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her?
Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
Yeah, I
She
don't.
hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
I don't think that torch is
You
a good
came
thing.
back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
Settle down.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
Well,
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
you got that right.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
She's trying to kill us.
Well, we deserve
A
it.
misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn with her.
So, you mad at me for killing you? I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. You gave me so much to think about. And it's all going to be over soon. It's all going to be better.
She's holding a grudge.
Maybe a little bit.
She wouldn't. She's perfect.
The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke, and the air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Probably not
Bad.
great.
I bet it'll feel really, really bad.
Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do, and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. You're just trying to spoil her fun.
I'm
That's
not
the way to put it.
spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
For whom? So I guess we rush to the door.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom. Your skin dark.
Ugh, the sizzle.
As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours.
You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked,
Ugh.
your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad.
Yeah, you say that.
Was so bad. Somehow, nothing's so much worse.
You'll get used to it.
There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away.
Somehow you got louder.
They always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
It's very romantic.
Burning down the
We
house.
got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
I'm not sure happy's the way I would put it. Good to know that that's how that one ends. Despite your best efforts, you do not die. It's time for you to leave and memory returns. Taking off the auto.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's the end for you.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
Yeah, probably.
Do it then. End us all before I die of a broken heart.
At least you don't have a blade this time. You approach the mirror. Gaze. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You groan. You find yourself in the long quiet once again, so we proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before.
Okay, alright.
Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Alright. So... do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart.
Yeah, I'm sure she will.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Alright, so I guess... I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark, and you die. So that was the Damsel and apparently the Gray. That's an interesting one. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I am not sure how I feel about that. But this game is all about exploring branching paths. So next time we're gonna see what else we can do. That is gonna be all I can do for tonight. Yes, we are going to override that save. And since that's gonna be all for tonight, I hope you remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, And I will continue this on in the next one. I will see you in the next video. Bye!